Hey guys, we have a rather interesting week this week in the weekend roundup video. In total, there were 8 mods released this week in the Giants Mod Hub, and 3 of those were either updates or a map. In this situation, there was 1 map also released this week. So in total, we have 5 new mods released this week. Kind of a slow week for both mod updates and clearly mod releases. Theories behind that. One is that there is rumored patch 1.4 in the works, soon to be released. So it's possible that the QA team was looking at patch 1.4 for most of the week. Other theory is that there weren't too many mods worthy of release this week, and it just turned out that they kicked back a whole boatload of mods all week long. And the third theory that people are working on is that there was an announcement this week related to the Farm Sim League. There was an announcement related last week, the same Farm Sim League, and quite possibly the QA team was working on what Giants has alluded to is some sort of Farm Sim League DLC release for PC players in the near future. So it sounds like that possibly the QA team was also working on maybe clearing the Farm Sim League DLC for a possible release as early as next week. So with that little bit of news, let's take a look at the Mod Hub and just quickly go over the 8 mods that were released or updated this week. Here we have the Mod Hub. We had a bumper. Now, a bumper and weight. Now, the Agra bumper here is not your standard mod. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, in more detail in a little bit. But what this does is it actually adds a new configuration item to most of the in-game tractors for this permanently attached Agra bumper. So unlike a normal mod where you'd have to go to, let's say, bumpers or weights or miscellaneous, and you would buy it and then use it, this actually changes the configuration of pretty much any standard in-game tractor in order to be able to make use of it. We have some large capacity Fleagle shovels for a front loader, and this pack includes some brooms, some large shovel attaching brooms that you could use to basically clear up your farmyard, clear up your animal areas, and so forth. I had a big industrial articulated IMT 56 or 5360 tractor. Contractor mod got updated. Apparently, it has a conflict, or had a conflict, with an inspect mod that is also out here on the Mod Hub. The Kuhn Axis 402 Plus pack got updated. Looks like lime was added as a fill type, and a few other interesting changes were made. The Pacific Northwest got released this Friday, May 31st. Some of you may know this map from Farm Sim 17. It has made its return into Farm Sim 19, and I just released on Friday evening the first impressions video of that map. Then we have a cell tower, a placeable cell tower. This will earn us a bit of cash every hour. And then I'm pretty sure this is a forage wagon that was in Farm Sim 17 that is now here as a mod, Terra Venice CFS 5201. With that, let's take a look at the updates and testing thread. So right now there are 56 mods pending testing. 6 weekdays is the backlog, and we can see what we've got here. We've got Agri Bumper. Looks like possibly this is getting an update. Barn with silos, dead trunk pack, vent, IMT 5360. Looks like this is getting an update also next week. Manor House, Marshall, Windmill, base transceiver station for console. This got released this week for all platforms. So this update is basically, this isn't pending testing or in testing, it is now released. Cowshed, Fleagle large capacity shovels. That must be getting ready to be released for console. I don't think it was. So it's getting updated because the large capacity shovels came out earlier in the week. 402 Plus pack, that got released today, so that is not in testing anymore. Terra Venice, Pacific Northwest, those obviously were done already. So you can see some of these mods, kind of the trend as of late is that mods get released and then they get updated pretty soon after that. So, any rate, let's go ahead and jump on in and start tackling these. Like I said, it's going to be a quick weekend roundup this week because the number of mods that were released this week is May 24th May 26th through May 31st. Was few and far between. Giants Mod Hub. So first up, we're going to take a look at the IMT 5360 tractor. Go here to vehicles and then large tractors. Scroll all the way over here. Have the IMT 5360 for $96,000. That is 360 horsepower. Scroll down here until we get something in 60 range. We've got a $310,000 fast track. 380. We've got the Fendt Vario 900, $395,000. Valtra S Series, $292,000. That's pretty much where we're looking at. So this is a very affordable, large, and high horsepower tractor. As far as options go, we can also change it to the 5500, extra $4,000 to give it a lot of extra horsepower, up to 550 horsepower. That has to make this one of the absolute cheapest tractors over 500 horsepower ever to see the game at this point. $100,000 on that. Standard configuration, or we could get it without rear fenders. Then we can go wheel setup as standard, add wheel weights, or we could add twin wheels. Just 18 miles per hour on this tractor and 800-liter fuel tank. So fully equipped here with dual wheels, larger engine, and keeping the fenders because I think that looks a lot better. We are at $110,000 to purchase, $5,610 to lease, $1,100 per day, and $2,310 per operating hour. I should say that this mod is by, it's in the lower third. Just took a look, and I am no ways going to be set. This mod is also available for just PC and Mac players. Have tachometer. We have animated gauges on the tach. Doesn't look like we have any light up gauges. Check front stage lights, first stage lights, second stage, and third stage lights. Have a spinning drive shaft there at the articulation joint. This mod does include a rear hitch and a 3-point hitch for those large attachments. And we do have an animated radiator fan in there. Below that. Animated radiator fan. And there you go, guys. That's the IMT 5360. You get it in two different variants. 5500 brings you at 550 horsepower, and the 5360 is, I think, 360 horsepower. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Agra bumper by Vertex Design. And like I said, this particular mod is not your standard mod. Kind of falls under that script category because it kind of has a global effect over all in-game tractors, or most in-game tractors. Let me show you how it works. So if we go to vehicles, and we'll just pick large tractors, and we'll just pick one. Steyr here. See, we have a configuration options, the Agra bumper, not mounted. Go with basic. Get a nice color coding here. We get the white to match the tractor on that plate. This just seems to attach 3-point linkage there. Doesn't impede the ability to use the 3-point linkage. It just attaches to that frame. Go with 700 kilogram weights. Adds a stack of weights here in the center. 900 kilogram weights. Adds a few stacks on either side. 1200 kilogram weights. Adds a little bit more weight to the center. And 1400 kilogram weight basically moves all the weights off to the side and off the center. And 1600 kilogram weights adds a stack in the middle. That pretty much is the max out there at that point. So you can add an additional 1600 kilograms of front weight for $5,000. That is then permanently attached to the tractor. The only way you're going to get that off is to change the configuration options here in the shop. Let's take a look at a few more tractors. JCB, for example. White is now JCB yellow with John Deere. John Deere, interesting enough, is kind of back behind front 3-point linkage, and we can only get it in basic or not mounted. So there are a few subtle changes with respect to different models. Got the Fendt, see the green there, and one more case red to match the case red. So what I've got over here is I've got basically a smaller tractor already configured with the Agra bumper, and I've got a front mower on here because I wanted to demonstrate how this does not impede the actual use of 3-point hitch. Let's connect that. Walk out around the front here, and what we'll see is that we basically have slots here for both of the lower 3-point arms to drop down into between that front center weight pack. Of course, the top 3-point linkage is going to be well clear of that. In the tractor, we can see the two white posts there directly in front of our wheels. Then when we hook up to that, see how those alarms there. It's lower right in between two weights. PO attaches above the weight pack, as does the hydraulics, so everything is clear. Basically, it's a good way to add permanent weight to the front of your tractor without having that weight hang so far out into the front of your tractor. In fact, let's buy another weight and put on here, and you'll see that the way this bumper fits very well. Not like these weights where it sticks way out there in front. You see, this weight, the Agra weight, it's nice and snug up to the tractor compared to having normal front weight hang out way out there. I really like this Agra bumper. I'm going to start using it more because the way it works does add some additional light. Also, your first stage lights. That's pretty cool. Again, this is the Agra bumper. Now, this mod is available for PC only and is by Vertex Design. Let's drop the mower off because we're going to need this tractor for the next mod, which is the Fleagle large capacity shovels. Mod is by Maxter and is available for all platforms. Let's go and get some front loader arms. FZ30s. And also over here on the front loaders, we have the 4 different buckets and the 2 brushes to go with those buckets. So the in-game bucket, as a form of comparison, is $1,400 and holds 940 liters of fill type. You can see it works for all of the standard fill types on the map that are not liquid. Let's go over here and take a look at the Fleagle's large capacity shovel. So this one starts out at 1,250 liters for $1,900. Then we have another one that's 2,250 for 1,550 liters. We've got $2,500 for an 1,850 liter shovel. Then we've got the biggest one at 2,150 liters for $2,750. So I'm going to pick this one here. Seems to possibly match okay with the tractor size. Just have to see. Have some color choices. We can go from galvanized, darker galvanized color, raw metal, onyx, black, dark galvanized just for funsies. We're going to look at the brushes here in a moment. This will also show how we can use the Agra bumper with front loaders too, because they don't interfere. Look at that. It's like someone engineered or designed these bumpers to actually be useful. So now we can have a front weight and front loader arms and not have to worry about slamming down on the weight. I have to say this bucket does look pretty good with this size tractor. This is Case Maxim. Take a look at the stickers. Really high quality, high grade resolution on those decals. Everything. Now let's take a look at those brushes. Also under front loaders, over here we have 2 brushes. We have the MAKE, the Make 2.0, which is 2 meters in width. Works with the FC30R60 front loader arms. We have the Make 3.0, which is 3 meters in working width. $550 or $800. There is the model. See, we basically can change our color of the brushes to whatever we want have those brushes to be. Kind of wish we could change the top. That would be pretty cool. Pull up this, hit Q, and basically now mounted this brush to our shovel, and we can just basically scrub away, clean up our animal areas with the brush. I think that's really cool. Really interesting mod here. Something that I'm probably going to be adding to some of my gameplay also. That. And you can see we can't disconnect the Agra bumper because it is permanently attached to our tractor now. Next up, we've got the Terravenise CFS 5201 DO forage wagon. This is by EFD25, Jeff D25, and is available for all platforms. Go to loading wagons. Scroll over here. We've got the Terravenise CFS 5201, $131,000. Holds 50,000 liters of product. Does have a recommended 220 horsepower requirement on this, and has a working speed of 12 miles per hour. This will pick up chaff, grass, hay, straw, and silage. Take a look here at the Rapide 8400. Has a storage capacity of 56,500 liters, $150,000. Let's take a look down here. The Fendt Tigro 42,000 liters for $124,000. Prone, 56,000 liters, $165,000. So this mod seems to be well, well, well positioned in the lineup with respect to storage capacity. Here we have the choice of Trelleborg tires or Michelin tires. There you go. I mean, it's pretty standard, pretty basic. It's just a, some degree, it's a scaled up version of the Strauderman that's in the game. CFS 2501, scaled up quite a bit. But I do think, and this does look an awful lot alike, the one of the forage wagons that was in Farm Sim 17 just had not made its way into Farm Sim 19. Go ahead and get that. We're not going to use it to pick up any product. I mean, it picks up what it picks up. You want to attach and see. Okay, so we do not have hose hookups. A little bit of a disappointment. I figure in Farm Sim 19 we should be seeing hose hookups on all new mods that are coming out at this point. In fact, I'm surprised that Giants isn't using that as a requirement or a qualification for rejection, is that it doesn't have hose hookups. Then again, they would probably have to reject half of their own implements in the game. Going over here, the force unload. We have a nice pace on the walking floor. Recall we had a trailer the other week that had a walking floor that when we activated this, that thing just went crazy fast. Or beater bars or whatever you want to call those. Rotating. Looks pretty good. Alright, so next up, we're going to take a look at the only placeable today. That is the base transceiver station. Basically a cell tower. Go to placeables and then miscellaneous. You have the base transceiver station, the BTS. $100,000 to buy. Take this up here to our placeable area. And let's take a look and see how this rotates. Rotates kind of on its, not really on its center, but somewhere about where my mouse is actually positioned. A little bit maybe midway of the building. It's over here. And jump up to that. Oh, okay. Let's hop in our tractor. And let's drive up there. So other than looking nice, what this mod does is it provides us an hourly income. So depending on the difficulty level, will depend on how much money we earn per hour. If we play on easy mode, we're going to earn $500 per hour. Normal mode, $380 per hour. And hard mode, $250 per hour. At an initial buy-in cost of $100,000 and a daily maintenance cost of $96. This is take a little while to pay for itself, but if you're someone that likes to play for many, many, many days, game days, this could pay for itself. I think it looks really good. Got kind of two solar panels over here with power boxes, power junctions, kind of supplying power to the equipment here in the building. Those are telecoms, the G7 network. Like how we've got a padlock here, locking the building up to keep it secure. And I can only expect that there's a beacon up there that'll come on at night. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward time. Oh, do I not have that in? I'll fast forward time and I'll come back in the evening, or we'll just keep talking here and maybe evening will happen. So guys, that is pretty much it. That is the mods released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of May 26th through May 31st. Again, it was a pretty slow week here in the Mod Hub. Just 8 mods released and updated, 2 updates, 1 map release, and 5 new mods released. It does look like in the testing thread, a few of those mods released this week might find their way getting updated next week. We'll have to see what holds in store for us next week. Will we have another light mod week, or will we be back hot and heavy with a long and arduous mod review, weekend roundup, I should say, of those mods released in the Giants Mod Hub? So I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. I'm going to cut the video once we get to a bring you back when we're at night, just to see how this thing lights itself up at night. Until next time, happy farming.